resume, sent it off for a job you know you're perfect for, and then heard absolutely nothing, just silence? Well, you are not crazy, and the reason it's happening is pretty shocking. Okay, get ready for this number because it changes everything. 75%. Industry data shows that 3/4 of all resumes submitted for jobs are never actually seen by a human being. They get knocked out of the running by AI gatekeepers before a real person even knows you exist.
I mean, it is so frustrating, right? It feels like you're just shouting into the void. But here's the thing. This invisible system, this black hole, isn't unbeatable. It's just a game with a new set of rules, and you just have to learn how to play.
So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you how to build a resume that not only beats the bots, but also impresses the recruiters. And hey, by the way, I'll show you how to do all this using the Future Careers plugin. So if you want to try it for yourself, the link is right down below.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start by talking about the invisible wall. Then we'll peek inside the AI black box. We'll cover why good resumes fail, and then lay out the dual-purpose strategy. After that, it's your AI proofing checklist, and finally, how you can start winning in the AI era. Let's do this.
So let's kick things off with a story that just perfectly captures this whole problem. And what's crazy is this isn't about people who aren't qualified. It's about amazing candidates who are basically being made invisible by the tech.
I mean, this quote from Forbes just says it all. You have a senior executive, 20+ years of experience, a total pro, and she literally watches the system shred her resume. Her most recent job, the most important one, it just vanished. That, right there, is the invisible wall in action.
So who or what are these gatekeepers, right? To beat the system, you've got to understand the system. Let's take a look at the tech that's at the very heart of hiring today. It's called an Applicant Tracking System, or ATS for short. Think of it like a robot HR assistant. Its job isn't just to collect your applications, its job is to scan them, sort them, and then rank them, deciding all on its own which ones are even good enough for a human to look at. Now, this slide breaks down what happens the second you hit submit. But let's be real, the most important, and frankly, the most destructive step is number 2, parsing. This is where the machine rips away all your beautiful formatting and turns it into plain text. And this is where most good resumes die. Only after that mess does it even try to match keywords and give you a score. But here's the twist. These systems have gotten way smarter. The old ones were pretty dumb. If the job description said marketer and you wrote marketing, it would just see a mismatch. Game over. But the new AI, it uses something called natural language processing. It actually understands context. It knows a software engineer, too, is pretty much the same thing as a back-end developer. The game got harder. Okay, so now that we know how these things think, we can really dig into why so many resumes that look great to us humans just completely fail the robot test. And usually, it comes down to just a few really common traps. This right here, this is the #1 resume killer. On the left, you've got this gorgeous, clean, 2-column resume. Looks great, right? Well, on the right, that's what the ATS sees. Because it reads left to right, line by line, it smashes those 2 columns together into gibberish. Your entire career history becomes a totally unreadable word salad. So here's your hit list of what to avoid at all costs. Columns, tables, and text boxes, they're your enemy. Any cool graphics, images, or logos, the machine can't see them. Don't put your contact info in the header or footer. A lot of systems just skip right over those. And stick to normal fonts, no weird characters, and only use a PDF or a docx file. That's it. Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. What we need is a whole new way of thinking. We need a dual-purpose strategy, one that makes the AI happy, but also impresses the human recruiter you're actually trying to talk to.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How in the world do you create a single document that speaks two totally different languages? The robot language of keywords and plain text, and the human language of accomplishments and potential.
Now, before we get into the how, let's just quickly look at the why. Check out this data from the World Economic Forum. It shows that companies aren't just trying to replace us with AI. Nope, their top strategies are to retrain their current people and hire new people who know how to work with AI. This whole thing, it's a massive opportunity.
All right, let's get down to business. Here it is, your step-by-step, tactical checklist for building a resume that's designed for this new AI-driven world of hiring. These are the new rules.
Rule number 1, formatting. You have to keep it boringly simple. A single column, that's it. Not negotiable. Left justify everything. Yeah, even your name. Use boring standard section titles the machine will recognize, like work experience. Use a boring standard font. And for the last time, get your contact info out of the header and into the main part of the page.
Next up, keywords. Now this is an art. You need to mirror the exact wording from the job description. If they say synergize deliverables, you, my friend, synergize deliverables. You also have to spell out acronyms the first time you use them. And this is so important. Put numbers on your achievements. Increased sales by 25% is way better than just increased sales. The goal is to weave all this stuff into your bullet points so it sounds natural, not like a robot wrote it.
So what's the goal here? What's the high score we're trying to beat? You're aiming for a match rate of over 75%. That's the score the ATS gives you, and it's pretty much the magic number you need to hit to get past the robot and land in front of a real person.
Look, I get it. This sounds like a ton of work to do for every single job you apply for. And it is. But the good news is you can fight AI with AI. This is exactly where a tool like the Future Careers plugin becomes your secret weapon. It can analyze the job and your resume in seconds, show you the gaps, and help you get that score up without spending all day on it.
So let's talk about the reward for all this work. Because getting this right isn't just about landing your next job. It's about unlocking some serious career and, financial opportunities in this whole new world of work.
And here it is. The big prize, 56%. A recent study found that people with proven AI skills earned a wage premium of 56%. Just let that sink in. This isn't just about getting any job. It's about getting a much, much better paying one. Learning these new rules can literally change your financial future.
And please, don't think for a second this is just a tech industry thing. Look at this graph from LinkedIn. It's wild. Since 2016, the need for AI skills has exploded in, basically everywhere. Yeah, tech is leading, but look at professional services, finance, even retail and healthcare. Every single industry is on this crazy upward trend. The demand is everywhere, and it's growing fast.
So the takeaway here is pretty clear. The game is changed. The old playbook is useless. The only real question left is, are you ready to learn the new rules, play the new game, and actually win? You now have the playbook to win the modern job hunt. The next step is to actually get in the game. If you want to use AI to your advantage to build that resume that gets you noticed, start by checking out the tools over at futurecareersplugin.online. The game has changed, but now you know how to win.